Governments across the globe are drowning in debt. But how did we get here? Today, we're diving deep into the ticking time bomb of government debt and the bond vigilantes who may hold the key to everything. From the United States to Europe, and even emerging markets, nations are in a dangerous dance with debt. It's not just about numbers, it's about survival. Whether it's the US printing money during COVID or European nations like Italy and France, the global economy is on the edge of a debt crisis like we've never seen before. But is there a way out, or is the world headed for financial collapse? The United States, with its massive national debt, has been pushing the limits of borrowing. The dollar is the world's reserve currency, but even the US can't avoid the consequences forever. Meanwhile, Europe is also battling debt. Italy, one of the biggest borrowers in the euro area, is struggling to stay afloat. France, with its difficult political environment, is in a constant battle to rein in its spending. Let's start in Europe. Italy is facing some of the highest debt levels in the world, but it's not all doom and gloom. Italy's Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, is trying to stabilize the situation. Yet, political pressure is mounting as they're forced to navigate financial crises. It's a tightrope walk between paying the price for austerity and keeping the people happy. And then there's France, struggling with its deficit, its debt levels rising rapidly. The political divide makes any attempts at cutting spending or raising taxes a nightmare. How can a government manage a crisis when it's at constant war with its own people? Germany, once the champion of fiscal restraint, is also in the mix now. After years of avoiding heavy borrowing, Germany's new chancellor has struck a historic deal, spending billions on defense and infrastructure. Huge shift for a country that prided itself on fiscal prudence. But now, with a slow-growing economy and a reluctance to borrow, Germany is finding itself falling behind. Will this new debt push help or hurt the global economy? And then there's the US. With the world's largest economy and an ever-expanding national debt, the United States has been playing a dangerous game of borrow and spend for years. What happens when the bill comes due? High interest rates, inflation, and a market meltdown are just the beginning. Enter the bond vigilantes, the unseen players who have the power to disrupt governments if they push the debt too far. These market forces are ready to strike. When governments can't pay their debts, the consequences are harsh. High interest rates, inflation, and a financial crisis that could send shockwaves through the global economy. But there's a way out, or so some say. Let inflation do the dirty work. Governments could inflate away the debt, as was done after World War II. But here's the catch. Inflation is a double-edged sword. While it may reduce the real value of debt, it also erodes purchasing power and can lead to severe political instability. In other words, it could be a ticking time bomb. So what's the solution? Some argue for fiscal responsibility, cutting back on spending and balancing budgets. Others say more borrowing is necessary to stimulate growth, especially in times of crisis. But this is where the problem lies. There's no easy fix. The global debt cycle is nothing new. Countries have been borrowing for centuries. The real question is, can governments avoid the trap of unmanageable debt? And will they have the political will to make the tough decisions? Or will they keep kicking the can down the road until it's too late? Here's the hard truth. Governments have a choice. Either make the hard, unpopular decisions now, or face the wrath of the bond vigilantes later. Either way, we're headed for a financial reckoning. The question is, when will it happen? Debt is a necessary evil in today's world, but the price of ignoring it could be far greater than anyone realizes. So what's next? Can global governments navigate this crisis without plunging the world into another financial disaster? The clock is ticking. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are we headed for a global debt crisis? Can governments solve this problem, or will they be forced to make the ultimate sacrifice to keep their economies from collapsing? Don't forget to subscribe for more shocking truths about the global economy. See you next time.